Hello, it's Xenia coaching program. I introduce you today the composer and musician from Brazil, Eduardo Agni. He was in Poland last time and have a lot of concert. And we have chance to ask him about his career. How long do you play music, Eduardo?
I started to play guitar when I was 13 years old, but I took a long time to really learn it. I think around 15 years old I could understand a little bit about how to play. Then I can say that I have been playing since I was 15 years old.
Thank you. Do you play story? It's story from Brazil, from Amazons, from Himalayas. Please tell us. It is difficult to tell story by music.
And not at all. I usually say that I'm a mix of musician and traveler. I'm not just musician. And the traveler came before the musician. I have been traveling a lot around the world since I was quite young. I have been in more than 30 different countries. And my music came up during my traveling. Then through my music, unconsciously, even unconsciously, I'm telling a bit about my experience traveling around the world, meeting different people, contacting different cultures, and so on.
Thank you. You play music in different type, in different
Techniques.
techniques. Yes, in different techniques. What is the reason?
Uh, Actually, I always wanted to make something unique, something really particular, something only I can do. Yeah. And then, since I was a teenager, I started to make researches about alternative techniques until find a very, very personal way of playing guitar. And I have been using since long time ago a technique called tapping. Is a very rare technique. It's really, really very uncommon, and there are just few people in the world playing like this. And of course, there's a lot of people trying, but really playing like this, not so much. And but anyway, I have developed a very, very personal tapping style. Also, you can see many other guitar players playing like this with both hands on the fretboard of the guitar, but making something more conventional, is still making something traditional. I have developed also a very personal style of tapping, and something that I started to build my technique inspired on the Brazilian traditional rhythms. Then that's why my technique sounds very percussive, very rhythmical.
Yes, and do you use some small
Yeah,
piece?
is another alternative technique I have been using since a long time ago. In Brazil we call zig-zoom.
I never hear
Yeah,
it.
it's something really rare, and we use a wood stick to rub the strings. And actually, who had the idea of playing like this was not me, it was a friend of mine, and then I took this idea from him.
Yeah, because it's amazing.
Yeah,
It sounds amazing. It's very hard.
Yeah, it's
to
Stadium
cover.
Mendes, and actually was his father. His father was not a musician; he was an engineer, and he had the idea of taking a wood stick and putting some rosin on the surface. Rosin is the same material used for the bow of the violin, to the bow of the violin. Yeah.
Yes, you will do it. And your songs are colorful. One of them is red. It's about love.
It can be, but when I composed it, I was not thinking about anything. It came by chance. I just started to play guitar. I was a little bit. I was joyful, and it was in Norway during the winter. But anyway, I was feeling good. And then I found an old guitar on the sofa in the studio. I took it and I started to play with the guitar. And it came up by chance. Yeah, I didn't think about anything.
But it's really red.
It's red,
People,
and
yes.
you
People
make a relation in between red with love.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe
Yeah.
from that my question. And
I think I decided to put this name Red because at the time I was trying to compose a suite called Color Suite. I was having the intention of composing one song for each color. Then red was the first one, but in the end I gave up.
okay.
Yeah, but
It's
maybe
enough.
one day I'm going to continue
Maybe it
this
could
color
be.
suite. And then
It
I'm
could
going
be
to
rainbow.
have the red, the yellow, the blue, the purple, and the,
Maybe.
yeah.
And I want to ask you about the music was always your profession.
I have been working also for a good time as teacher. I started as educator in primary and secondary schools in Brazil, but after a certain time, I decided to become in the same schools where I was working. I was invited to teach music also. Then suddenly I became a music teacher.
Music.
Then I could feel more comfortable because I always wanted to be a musician. Then I worked for a good time, a long time, as a teacher and at the same time having a professional career as musician in parallel. Yeah, but only after my 30 years old, I think I had some courage to leave the school where I could have some stability, financial stability with salary in the end of the month and all the security. It took a long time to really be able to do it, but I think when I was 33 years old, I finally decided to try to live like this. To
What do you
live by
think?
my own. Yeah.
What do you think? It was right decision. It was good decision.
No, of course. I confess you that sometimes I miss that job because I like to be in contact with children, teenagers, and young people in general. But I still keep having contact with younger people because I have been always invited to give workshops and master classes in music schools in many different countries. And then it's better like this. When you go there, you give some lessons, and after that weekend or after a couple of days, you are free again. When I was working as a teacher in a school, I had to be there every day during all the year, and this kind of routine for me was too much suffocating. I really wanted, as I told you before, the traveler came before the musician. I was all the time planning one day to start to travel again, but it was not possible because I had to be there every day. And then I found a solution to leave the school, to create courage to leave the school, and to start to travel again. And now I can unite the two more interesting things in life, according to my point of view, is music and traveling. I have been traveling and making music at the same time. Yeah.
Are you happy now?
Of course, this is the life I wanted to live since a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. We can see
Yeah.
the happy man who traveling and play
Yeah.
music and
Yeah, and not so much concerned about the money. Of course, I need money to survive. I just need money to keep traveling and playing for people, but it doesn't matter if I play for a little fee or for a small crowd. It doesn't matter. I just want to be traveling and performing. Yeah.
What do you recommend our audience?
In terms of
In terms of passion and work, both their career.
yeah, if they have a passion, they I would recommend them to dedicate their lives to this passion and forget the rest. Have this courage to do what they really want without being afraid of anything like security or comfort or luxury or money achievements. No, forget everything. Just do what you love and you'll be happy.
It's the recommendation from our guest from Brazil, Eduardo Agni, and thank you so much.
Thank
do
you too.
yes, do what you like, do what you want, and do with your passion.